I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hello, Army! You definitely don't want to miss the latest and hottest news from the K-pop world, especially about one of the most charismatic members of BTS, Kim Taehyung, or better known as V. Recently, the internet was rocked by the circulation of an intimate photo of Taehyung with someone that immediately made fans very excited. Many are wondering, who is that person? What is their relationship? Is this a sign of something more serious? Calm down, we will discuss everything here. Don't go anywhere, because you have to know this, especially if you are a true ARMY. In the last few hours, social media has been abuzz with posts showing Taehyung with someone in a very intimate atmosphere. The photo shows Taehyung sitting close together, looking comfortable and smiling freely with a woman whose identity has not been officially known. The photo immediately went viral on Twitter, Instagram, and international fan communities. Many are speculating, is this Taehyung's new partner? Is this just a close friend? Or is there another story behind the photo? Some ARMY expressed their surprise, disappointment, and even sadness, but many also continued to provide support and emphasize that Taehyung also has the right to live his private life. However, after further investigation, it turns out that there are several interesting details from the photo. Luxurious and private location. From the background of the photo, the interior of the restaurant is luxurious, as if the place was prepared for a special moment. Some observant fans even tried to match the interior with locations that have been visited by top celebrities. Matching clothing style. What made fans most excited was the style of clothing Taehyung, and the figure next to him looked cozy and similar, like wearing the same color, raising the suspicion of a couple outfit. Taehyung's natural and happy expression. One thing that was also noticed was how Taehyung's expression was in the photo, smiling, relaxed, and looking so comfortable. For some fans, this expression showed that he was in a place that made him happy. Not long after the photo circulated, various theories and opinions emerged. Some fans tried to find out who the woman was. Some even mentioned the names of celebrities or models who were previously rumored to be close to Taehyung. However, until now, there has been no official clarification from the Hybe Labels agency or from Taehyung himself. The agency is known to be quite secretive about the personal affairs of its artists, but usually they will provide clarification if the rumor has spread too widely and has an impact on the group's activities. Although there is no clarity on who the figure in the photo is, many have highlighted Taehyung's body language. The gestures seen in the photo are considered very intimate but still polite, showing a side of Taehyung who always pays attention to ethics in public spaces. This adds to the belief of some fans that whatever relationship is established, it is based on mutual respect. Amid the uproar of public reaction, some K-pop observers believe that issues like this are nothing new in the Korean entertainment world. However, when it comes to BTS members, things become more sensational because of their enormous global influence. Taehyung, in particular, is known to have a mysterious and calm image, so the emergence of photos like this raises more questions. Some ARMYs were quick to defend themselves. They emphasized that the privacy of artists is something that should be protected, and it is not the public's right to judge someone from a single image. In international fan-base forums, discussions have turned to the importance of maintaining boundaries between idols and fans. There has also been speculation that the photo could have been manipulated. Today's technology allows many things to happen visually, and many fans have suggested waiting for official clarification before jumping to conclusions. Some have compared it to similar incidents in the past, where big rumors ended up being misunderstandings. As time went on, some fans began to dig deeper. They discovered that the restaurant in the photo had been rented by several famous idols for private meetings. This strengthened the possibility that the moment was indeed private and not intended for public consumption. On the other hand, netizens have also begun to associate this incident with Taehyung's recent activities, which have seemed quieter on social media. Many assume that he is in a phase of seeking personal peace, away from the spotlight and pressure. Many have also discussed that Taehyung is someone who is very protective of his personal life. He rarely shares things that are press-related only, and when he does, it's usually in the form of artwork or hidden messages through music. Taehyung's closeness to the art and fashion worlds shows that he has a wide circle of friends. Most likely, the person with him in the photo is part of that community, an artist, photographer, or even a designer close to him. While fans are divided on opinions, one voice continues to be echoed: support. While not everyone feels ready, the majority of ARMYs still hold the principle that Taehyung's happiness is a priority. The issue also reopens an old discussion about the pressures that idols face, especially when it comes to their love lives. Many have highlighted how the Korean entertainment industry often puts idols in difficult positions when it comes to relationships. The fact that one photo could trigger such a stir shows how much influence Taehyung has in the public eye. His every move is scrutinized, his every smile analyzed, and his every interaction can be the subject of speculation. Some senior fans even feel that it's time for the ARMY community to be more mature in dealing with personal issues like this. They called for solidarity and understanding that love for idols should not limit their personal freedom. Interestingly, this issue also affected the mainstream media. Several news outlets began to cover it as headlines, citing reactions from various forums and fan accounts. This made the case even bigger and inevitable to be discussed. However, until now, the agency has chosen to remain silent. Some said that this attitude was a strategy to calm the rumors, while others considered it a form of protection for the artist's privacy. At the same time, fake accounts emerged claiming to have more information about Taehyung's relationship. This added to the confusion amidst the sea of rumors, and made fans have to be extra careful in sorting out what was true and what was not. From a psychological perspective, several experts said that the public is often obsessed with celebrities' personal lives as a form of escape from reality. Taehyung, as a figure loved by millions, indirectly became a projection of his fans' hopes and fantasies. Taehyung himself has not given a direct response. However, for fans who know him well, the calmness he shows in the midst of this storm is nothing new. He always knows when to speak and when to let time answer. On the other hand, this moment is a reminder that even in the midst of extraordinary fame, an idol is still an ordinary human being who feels love, loss, and wants to be appreciated without pressure. There is hope that this incident will actually be a turning point for the public and fans to be more mature. If it is true that Taehyung is in a relationship, then our attitude will determine whether it is a burden or happiness for him. Some fans have even started creating hashtags to show support, such as #Taehyung deserves happiness and #Protect Taehyung, as a form of unconditional love. As the digital world develops, issues like this are indeed difficult to avoid. However, a solid fan community can be the last bastion to maintain the comfort of their idols. Although this issue is still hanging without clarity, one thing we should remember: a photo is just one moment. What is seen does not necessarily reflect the whole story. Whatever the facts behind this intimate photo, one thing is for sure: Kim Taehyung is still an ordinary human being who deserves to feel love and happiness. We as ARMY can continue to support him with full respect and love. So, is this a sign that Taehyung has opened a new chapter in his life? Or is it just a moment of togetherness that was exaggerated? Let's just wait for further news. What is clear is that ARMY must know, and you already know here. Stay tuned, don't forget to like, comment, and share with other ARMYs. Because this hot gossip doesn't necessarily end here. On fire.
Give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.